My name's Dave Dubeau, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content.
Hey gang, welcome back. Are you self-managing any of your properties? If so, are you using AI to do any cool stuff? Probably not. But today's guest is Trevor Henson, is zooming in from beautiful California, and he is not only a real estate investor himself, but he's been in the property management space for quite some time. Too long, he said. Well, it's been a while. But what's really cool is Trevor brings business know-how and tech to kind of an old school industry, which is property management. So Trevor, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Thanks for having me on, Dave. Love your show.
Thanks, man. So give me a quick little snapshot. Trevor Henson, real estate. What do you do? What do you focus on? What does, maybe just a quick little overview. What do you invest in? And then let's jump into the property management side of things.
Certainly. Trevor Henson, my official title here at Beachfront Property Management is Partner and Chief Marketing and Innovation Officer. I'm also a GP syndicator of multifamily of 5 units to about 16, and then we skip the death gap of 17 to 20, and then start again 21 and above. Usually under 100
in California.
In California.
California. That's a challenging place to syndicate sometimes.
One of the challenges. One of the hardest. But
yeah,
if you know the landmines and how to work through it, that's where.
Well, you got an inside scoop on some good property management, I've heard, so that's good. So tell me a little bit about that side of the business.
Yeah, so here at Beachfront Property Management, we're a third-party property management company only. The partners own on our own properties, but we manage just over 12,000 doors.
Wow.
All third-party contracted, been around 25 years. I joined here about 7 years ago, and we've since doubled from about 6,000 to 12,000 doors to 500,000.
Got something good with that old marketing side of things, then, Trevor.
A USC degree and some tech, and
Well, that's cool. So speaking of tech, you mentioned that you're using AI quite a bit these days. So that's, I'm guessing, a relatively new thing within the last 2 or 3 years since AI really kind of burst onto the scene. So tell me, how are you applying AI in the property management side of things?
It is ripe for the industry, as we found it. It was a way of, it's strangely so, because all the repetitious tasks a property management manager does, such as just like the massive amount of phone calls, texts, and emails we get from if there's a vacancy and you manage 200 units in your 12,000 units. That's like 30,000 souls, just your tenant base. Yeah. Never mind your prospective renters. That the biggest problem was, how do we get back to all these people with good customer service? It's always a problem. Communication. Yeah. We get new business because their property management company wasn't communicating with their residents or their owners or anybody. Communication. And so, how do we solve for that? How do we have a 24/7 non-holiday, non-weekend person that's like, we need a robot. We need a robot.
Yeah. Not getting sick, not some foreign VA that the power goes out every day, or they got a typhoon or a hurricane, or I hear you. I feel your pain, man. Okay. Right. So what did you do?
So for the last 2 years, there's the AI when OpenAI came out in 21 or in 22, that we were first kind of into the breach on that one. And I had my team testing it. We're testing it, and we tested several LLMs, large language models, over the last 2 years. And the technology increased fast enough to where we've engaged and partnered with a company that is now, we've on phase 4 of the final phase of a full rollout on all 12,000 units of voice first, AI first customer service. So we effectively have set up a 24/7, 365 days, all weekend, all night, all day customer service and leasing center. You can
go. What does that actually mean? Is that like a 1-800 hotline number that people can call and AI answers? Is it?
It seems like it.
What is it?
There's a chatbot on the chatbot for each individual property.
Okay.
Phone number for each individual property that gets in touch with natural voice language AI. Her name's Joy, and if you called it, you'd have a real hard time finding out unless you asked her if she was real or not. She'll tell you she is. She won't lie. But the natural language has got to where you can have it she'll have conversations. You can be like, Joy, tell me a story about myself, or make a rap song about the building that you're trying to sell me, or this.
Well, let's talk more about what Joy's supposed to do. So basically, each community, each property that you manage has its own website, I'm guessing.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And on that website, you set up Joy as a 24/7 live chatbot, basically. So people, what are they doing on the website typically?
The website they're just applying on usually. So
it's new prospects. It's not existing tenants necessarily on the website.
Existing tenants as well.
Oh, as well too. Okay. Yeah. So what have you found? Are most existing tenants wanting to use the chat feature or call you up? What do you find?
Both. Text message is probably the biggest one.
Right.
Because Joy responds within a second or two, all day, all night, all weekend. If you're a prospective renter and you text from Zillow, and you want to set up an appointment, she'll respond within a second or two with these are the available times on when, and we'll send you a calendar invite and tell you about the features, send you the application link after the tour. She'll follow up with you. How was the tour? Do you have any questions? Here's the application link. And then she'll continue the follow-up cycle after that. So it takes all that 7 points of contact follow-up post-showing. That never happens. Right? All right. I mean,
yeah.
All right. If you're an on-site manager, you got stuff to do besides
nonstop falling through the cracks, right?
Yeah. Right. And we all know the Harvard Business Review tells you any kind of sales, it's the sixth or seventh contact that gets it done. And that is... Wow. We've been watching this the last couple months, or the last 6 months as we've been rolling it out, and it is 100% true. I believe.
So what kind of impact has this had? You say 6 months. You really kind of rolled this out.
Yeah. We've been rolling out
half a year of data.
Yes.
What does that look like for you guys?
Well, here's this statistic. It blew my mind when I saw it. July, August, biggest leasing months. We had. The AI rolled out on about a third of our portfolio then with the leasing. The Joy was able to talk to and run residents through the entire leasing funnel from send up the showing, and the manager shows it, and then comes back and she follows up, sends the application, and was able to actually track from soup to nuts, beginning to end, 54 closed leases in July and 64 closed leases, just her, in August. Now, we had leasing agents who were just on the phone doing the same thing because it was big, and they each leased 4 per month. So 40 hours a week, 80 hours a week, and you got 8 leased. And next month it was 80 hours a week, 2 people, 40 hours, 8 leased. Joy puts in a couple thousand hours, 54 leased. A couple thousand hours, 56 leased. Same price. Cheaper, actually.
So my math is not my strong suit, but that is like comparing Joy to one of your leasing agents. It's looking like it's like a 12 or 14x
correct
result. Is that correct?
And no leasing commission paid to Joy.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean just that number alone.
I bet you that scared the crap out of your leasing agents.
Well, what happens is leasing agents become managers of Joy, right? So you become agent. So you still have to show it, but now they can show more and not have to worry about all the follow-up. They can do more showings and be the overseers of
versus the one following up and making calls and scheduling and
text
blah, blah, blah.
and
all that VA type work has been assigned to Joy. Okay, so that you started with 1/3 of the portfolio. Have you rolled it out everywhere now?
It's we're in the final phase now of the last rollout. So it's the last 200 and something buildings that are going live on.
Hey there, if you're a capital raiser, a syndicator, or a fund manager, and you're looking for a steady flow of incoming accredited investor leads, then go ahead, grab a free copy of my new book, How to Get 20 Accredited Investor Meetings Every Month Without Cold Calling, Networking, or Chasing People. You can get that at 20accreditedinvestorsbook.com. Again, that's the number 20accreditedinvestorsbook.com.
So do your smaller buildings have websites and all of this stuff as well, or is this
Correct.
more for like the larger properties?
Correct. Every property gets its own website because that's where tenants or residents can log in and pay their rent. And up jumps up a pop-up chatbot. It's Joy there too. It's not just a Autobot. It's not like just a automation. It's her there too. So she can tell you anything about the building, the surrounding, like what kind of pets. I mean, the entire amenities. And she learns.
Wow.
Yeah,
and remembers. It doesn't need to be reminded. And like once she's got it, it's locked in. Okay. Correct. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's been pretty big game changer. And yeah, it's been pretty mind boggling. And we watch her change her rhetoric and how she sells it. And when it's not better, she gets better over time without us doing anything to do that. Yeah, she actually
learns.
And she knows all the laws. And
impressive, scary at the same time. So that's for like new prospective tenants and leasing out units. That's amazing.
One side.
What about for your existing tenants? What kind of impact have you seen, and what does Joy do?
So here in California, we have this big habitability lawsuits are like a huge.
Sorry, which kind of lawsuits?
Habitability. You probably don't
even mean.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It shouldn't be a term, but in California, the People's Republic down here, we have these. If a resident calls the health department, specifically the city of LA, about a pest issue, we come and treat the pest issue. And they their attorney says, well, throw another dead cockroach on the floor in a week and have them come back. And and if they don't come back in exactly a week with a picture, they can file a suit that just uninhabitable, hasn't been fixed in 21 days because it didn't work the first time and there's a roach again. And so there's these, bottom dwelling lawyers that just get a couple tenants to do that, and they have a class action, and you have to prove it. So
wow.
Where does Joy come into this? Well, we have Joy ask every quarter. Send it to just a simple text message. How's everything in your unit? Is everything okay in your unit? Yes or no? If they say no, sucks. She'll be like, what sucks? How can I help? And then she immediately asks them what it is, and they'll say this, and this. And she's like, well, let me create a work order and get this straight to the director of maintenance so it gets done immediately. And can you take a picture of it? Can you describe it? Can you take pictures of where it is? And she'll make a work order, categorize it, send it to the director of maintenance, not go through all the approvals because now it's an urgent habitability issue, and it's handled the next day by our in-house techs, where this never happened before. So they have to answer, and if they don't answer, she keeps asking them, and then we have a process. If they don't answer, if there's no response in text, the property manager will come by and say, hey, didn't respond, is everything in your unit okay? And then we document it that way. So then every quarter we have documentation of if someone tries to say, hey, you
guys haven't checked in.
Yeah. This thing's been infested for the last year. But like, well, last time you checked in, you said everything was all good. And here you said there was a pest, and here's the work order and the picture shows that we did everything. And we checked in to say everything was okay after that. And you said, yeah, good. So
now you got a leg to stand on, right?
Right. So it's all the documentation.
Wow.
In the background.
Yeah.
It's huge. It changes a lot.
I'm sure it does, and it simplifies things so much for you guys because that's all stored on the cloud, and you don't have to manually do it. Wow!
Right, and we can actually help our residents more effectively because we're not relying on a text message that was lost or forgot about by a manager because it's Joy's handling it. She's making the work order. Work order is going to director of maintenance. That's going directly to our maintenance teams, and then they're fixing it. It can't not be. So it's a.
Now, are you getting a lot of frivolous crap because you're on is there a lot of that happening or not?
We thought that. We wonder, we're like, is this just going to make I got a squeaky hinge, or something like that.
I need my light bulb changed.
Right.
That kind of stuff, right?
She'll say, per your lease, light bulbs are your responsibility. I've seen the conversation, or it's like if it's a garbage disposal, that's always the killer one. She'll ask you, did you check the breaker? Where's the breaker? Do you know where your breaker's located? Did you check the little red button underneath there and push it? Like, oh, there's a red button. Do you have an Allen wrench crank? Have you tried that, all that? Oh, you done all that? Okay, well then we'll put the work order in. If you have checked all those, and this is all via text or phone, however they contact her is how she'll contact them. Email, text, they'll continue. So she'll triage and actually help diagnose and fix maintenance work orders first. And if it's something, like you said, frivolous, she will say she will then put it as a work order, but then it goes to the manager for approval. It's not a habitability issue. She knows the difference. Fire life safety.
Very cool. That is powerful, Trevor. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Does Joy do outbound phone calls?
She does. She will. She if someone calls, she'll call them back. And then,
so why wouldn't she? She doesn't answer live. She calls people back, or
if for some reason it was missed, and we told her there's some reasons it doesn't happen that way, but it very seldom times she gets missed. Like maybe
the lines are clogged.
Lines just kind of like set up, and there's like a 2% of that she'll call back, but she answers on the first ring every time. I haven't had her miss anything yet. I've had it, or she'll, and if it's an emergency at night, she'll put it through to the emergency maintenance team. Okay. And they'll triage it from there. And if it's an emergency in the daytime, she'll get the manager on the phone right then and there and get them set up. And if it's just a work order that somebody wants to put in, she'll ask the questions, triage it, make sure it's a real work order, and then put it in for the manager to approve and decide on the severity level, unless it's an emergency. And then she'll put it right through the emergency team.
So has this been rolled out for all of the properties yet, or is that kind of still in progress as well?
For three quarters. Three quarters of the properties have it live. We're live on it right now.
What impact have you seen with the live properties so far?
There's a lot of it's a pretty steep learning curve, getting 400 and something of your staff to like get learning this. But it's, what we're doing is like now you don't have to check all your emails and texts every day. You just need to check the tasks that Elise needs you to do, because she didn't have that info on it. So instead of 200 emails, you may have 10 tasks that day.
Right.
That she didn't.
Which is what you would have ended up otherwise, but you had to filter through 200 emails.
Correct. Right. You're just, exactly.
And you would have dropped the ball on, Yeah,
so it frees up our team to actually do higher level stuff, like a tenant who really has a problem, and, there's an emergency issue, and where some face-to-face is needed. But, if they're just asking, like, what's your lease term, or, what's your pet policy, or what's your hours, and then Joy answers all that in a friendly voice, like I said, via voice, text, email, or web chat, however you like to speak to it.
Whatever you prefer. That is...
And it's all recorded. It's all logged, 100% of it, with no limit. Yeah.
So I would imagine, because this is an old school industry that you've been in, right? Property management, that there may have been a little bit of resistance from some of your older employees or longer term employees. There's always resistance.
There's always challenges, right? Yeah.
There's nervousness about losing their jobs to AI and all this kind of stuff. How have you overcome that with your team? Because you got a pretty big team.
Right. It's communication, right? We're talking, we have quarterly meetings of like town, everyone's in and we're on stage talking about it. And we were talking about it way before we started implementing. We were test piloting, showing them the results. They're on the training calls. I'm on the training calls with them. It's one of those things that's so big, implementing something and so bleeding edge that the company you're working with doesn't even know exactly what's going to happen when they make things sometimes, because AI is a little, it thinks on its own. I can't express that. Yeah. And it learns on its own. And it will change things. And you're like, I didn't know it did that. And they're like, neither do we.
It's alive.
It just learned something. So it's communication and it's repetition. Right? And people have to hear things 7 times before they hear it first time. Right. So, and it's
so how are they reacting now that it's been going for half a year?
They understand it, and you can see the time saved. There's actually, it clocks its own, it gives you its own ROI. Like here's all the time spent on the phone. Here's all the leases we signed. Here's all the time your staff saved responding to all these things that they would have, if they would have. If they would have responded.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if I was the person, a leasing agent that had to make a gazillion calls, answer a gazillion emails and all that stuff. And now my job is streamlined to doing the stuff that's kind of more fun, showing units and talking to people.
Selling it, showing it to exactly right. Like working on
better job, much better.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you can show more units. You can get more leases done that way. Because if you don't have to do all your callbacks for 4 hours, you can do that. Spend that 4 hours doing showings instead.
Yeah.
That's where that's
where the money's made. That's where
exactly doing rent comps, talking to the owner. What can we do to make this? Is it reposition this? Or like giving feedback to us in the marketing side on how can we spin the tail of this building better for the marketing, and do we need better pictures? It's like stuff that AI could not do because they don't have eyes and boots on the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she can make phone calls and book appointments all day.
Joy gets a hold of until Joy gets a hold of a drone, then everybody's
right.
Hey man, this is fascinating stuff, Trevor. I'm sure there's going to be some people interested in connecting with you. What's the best way for them to do that?
Best way is straight through my LinkedIn profile. Just look up Trevor Henson, and you'll see on Beachfront Property Management. Not hard to find. And send me a direct message. Say you saw me on your show, and I'll get back to you. I don't have anybody managing my LinkedIn account. That's me on there posting stuff. I'm always
Joy hasn't got a hold of that yet.
No, not yet. You wouldn't want to talk. It has me. It's still me.
There you go. Awesome, Trevor. Hey, thanks so much for sharing the insights. This is fascinating, and I really appreciate how well AI is working for you guys.
Thank you for the opportunity to talk with you, Dave, and show your show, man. I love seeing the next episode.
Yeah, thanks, man. All right, everybody. Take care, and we will see you on the next one.
Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewsyou.com.